Hey YouTube, Hellstore here, and have I got a new video for you. But before we get to that, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hit that noti bell. Don't forget to catch my live streams on YouTube and Twitch Tuesday through Saturday, starting at around 6 p.m.
Oh, sweet moves, right?
Alright guys, I got a chance to play the new Marvel Rivals, and I wanted to give you some information about the gameplay, characters, and the genre, some of my favorite parts of the game, and maybe some tips for some new players. Let's get to it, shall we? First off, Marvel Rivals is a team-based objective type game, along with the lines of Team Fortress and Overwatch, so if you played either one of those, you'll be familiar with this game. Objectives include capture the point, escort the payload, or you can just even join a team deathmatch game. Like most online games, there is a battle pass that comes with this. Alright guys, let's get started on the classes that we can see, all the heroes that are introduced into the Marvel Rivals. There's probably going to be more added, but there is a good mix starting off. First of all, let's go through the three different types of the classes. First, there is Vanguard. Vanguard is the type of, as you can see, pretty much like your heavyweights, your tanks, front line, take all the damage, has some kind of absorption ability or a blocking ability, or they're just really bulky that they can take a lot of damage. Those are your Vanguards, pretty much your tanks. For next, then you have your duelist. For your duelists, you have a lot of your damage dealers. People that can move around the environment or the map pretty quickly. People that are able to deal a lot of damage. Can't really take too many hits. They'll die pretty quickly, but they can deal a lot of damage. They're the ones that are, tanks are trying to take all the damage, and the DPS are trying to dish out that damage to the other team. Then third and last, it's not last, but third and not least is your strategist, which is pretty much strategist is like pretty much your support. It's going to be a support type, healer type, utility. Literally, they bring something to the table other than damage, other than taking damage or dealing it. They bring either healing your teammates, shielding your teammates. Pretty much in the form of Jeff the Sharkland, he has a special ability which we'll go on later, which kind of takes your either a teammates or your enemies, and then you can kind of reposition them, take them off the map, reposition them somewhere else off the objective. Um, take your teammates out of the fight that are really damaged and take them back to the healer and kind of heal them. We'll go over that in a minute as we go over different abilities for them. But for right now, pretty much those are your three classes. We're going to start on the Vanguard first, so we're just going to go over each little character, a little bit of their abilities from what I played, and then for anything that you want to go in depth, yes, please. The game is free to play, so definitely pick it up. I'm enjoying been playing it, so let's go over the characters. First off, for the Vanguards and the tanks, we got big old Bruce Banner, also known as the Hulk. As far as him, it's pretty much just the typical. You could be either Bruce Banner or you can be the Hulk. That's one of his abilities. Is pretty much how his regular attack's just a heavy blow. He has a big Hulk smash, which is his ultimate. He pretty much goes into an enrage. And pretty much can just run around and smash shit. This is well, he's a tank. He has a shield, so he can absorb damage. He also has a lot of it. As he is radioactive lockdown, he can emit a gamma energy to render, immobile. Just pretty much take him out of the fight, give him a punch, make sure that you're doing it. He can also leap around, gives him a little bit utility, a little bit of mobility for a big guy. That's actually really good. Then he also has a little bit of a ranged, where he just pretty much does a clap, which he's known to in the comic books to just clap and a gamma radiation burst comes out, and that's pretty much what he does. His passive is he also charges Doctor Strange and Iron Man with gamma radiation because they all use it, so it helps them if they're all together and they increases their damage. Then he has a gamma fastball where if he's interacting with Wolverine, because these have interactions, which is nice, then he can just kind of toss Wolverine over, which is also seen in the comic books. So, and we're going to go from that to let you guys know. They have a bunch of things at the top here. You can see you can get cosmetics, you can understand the lore, and then you have proficiency by doing different things. These are for every single hero. I'm not going to go over every single hero in this video because that would take a long video, but we're going to go over some key points with them and each of the characters that you can see currently in the game. So, the other things that I'm going to talk about after I go through all the characters is we do have team ups. That is a big thing in the game is you have certain characters that will team up with other characters because they are known within the Marvel universe to be friends or just teammates, Avengers or X-Men or those different things. So, yes, you have a lot of those combinations and those will come up in the team ups and we'll go over those in just a bit. For the rest of the Vanguard, we have Captain America, Mr. USA, this was a little strange for me to forgive the pun, but it was a little strange for me to have Doctor Strange as a tank. I thought he would have been more of a utility strategist. Um, just the way he is, like normally a doctor, came from a doctor as a wizard in the Marvel universe, along the lines of Scarlet Witch, who's a DPS. So I just because I guess he has the I think it's the Mind Stone he has. Um, that he's able to just create barriers and stuff like that and kind of be more of a tankish. I think that's what they're kind of going for in this game. Then for the rest of the Vanguard, we got, of course, a good friendly one from the Guardians of the Galaxy. We got Groot. From the X-Men, we have Magneto. This is a newcomer. Not many people are going to know it. I think this might be game only. They might have put this in some of the new comic books that I haven't been able to keep up on because I've kind of lost that from my childhood. I need to get that back. So like we got Penny Parker, who is the child of Peter Parker, Spider-Man. So she uses a mech suit that seems to have been designed for Spider-Man to be moved around, but she is using it because I don't know if she has quite spider powers, but she uses the mech like Spider-Man would. So then for the other tank, we got Thor, the mighty god of thunder, and then my favorite. So I don't play him in this game because I'm more of a damage dealer type of person in these type of games. That's where I excel with like kind of like an assassination revolver type character. But this is not him, but this is a tank. Venom. I love Venom from Marvel. He was my biggest character. Eddie Brock, Spider Man, the interaction, that whole thing. That was my big collection back in the day. So I'm very happy that Venom is in right off the bat. It makes me happy. I do have to occasionally play him occasional. I might find me on stream to playing him occasionally. I'll try it out. All right, let's go over to the do list. This is a lot more since they are damage dealers, so there's going to be a lot more things. So we're just going to skim over these guys quick. I'm not going to go over too many abilities. Some I do know. I will go over them just briefly for Star Lord, Black Widow. Hawkeye's kind of I played. Pretty much Winter Soldier was the other bigger thing because Winter Soldier I kind of like. That was the type of guy that I was trying to find from Overwatch that has the revolver. I forget the name, but he's the old Western guy. He's actually one of my favorite characters, and then Winter Soldier kind of embodies that, plus other characters in Overwatch. They're kind of a mix. It's kind of cool. But first off, we got, of course, Black Panther from Melee. Black Widow, she's kind of like your sniper. Like if you remember Widow from Overwatch, Black Widow is your person if that's what you played. She does have a kind of like a double dead gun. It can be a sniper, or it can be kind of like a shotgun shoot regular bullet. Hawkeye, of course, bow and arrow, and a little bit of agility in melee. Both of those range do have a melee option with weapon switch outs. And Hawkeye does have some of his abilities on melee base where he can kind of kick people back and then shoot them with a bow type of shit. You got Hela, who's Garth, the Asgardian wife, and I think even sister of, sister of Thor, wife of Odin, whatever it may be. That whole timeline, I don't want to get into it. But with Hela, she's a good luck kind of sorceress type thing. You got Iron Fist in here, which a lot of people don't know Iron Fist unless you're a deep Marvel person. He is a big melee character, big martial arts. No, it is not. Iron Fist is not the person that is with 10 rings, the rings of power. That is somebody totally different. Iron Fist was explored in a TV show that was canceled along with like Jessica Parker and the one black guy, I forgot what his name was in Marvel, Jessica Jones and what is his name? I can't remember his name. I have this vision in my head, but I can't remember his name. But they were all in kind of like their own TV shows, but then also came together and they were all canceled. But that's where if you watch them, then you'll know him from. If you're deep Marvel, then you'll know Iron Fist. He's not really a known character. Iron Man, very popular. Of course, everybody knows the Iron Man movies. Tony Stark shares my name. My real name's Donnie. So hey, good Iron Man fan. Magic. I'm not too familiar with Magic because I'm not sure. I believe she's the daughter of two other known mutants, but I'm not sure. I've heard the name. I just can't place where it's from. Moon Knight, if you watch the TV show, which wasn't really popular, but you got Moon Knight here. Then you, of course, you got Namor from Black Panther, who is Undersea in Atlantis. Psylocke, who is an X-Men, not really known. She's not really appeared in any of the movies, but she is a big character in comic books. A lot of people like Psylocke. She is kind of like a psychic, not psychic, because she creates psionic blades of energy. Kind of like they look like the cards that Gambit would charge when Gambit charges up a card. It's kind of that same energy, kinetic energy. So then we, of course, we got Scarlet Witch, which I mentioned earlier. Spider-Man, very popular, very fast in this game. It was hard to keep up with him when I was playing against him. Might put that clip in here at the end of the video, just show you he moves around pretty quick. Squirrel Girl, not many people know about her. I didn't really know about her, so we'll see. Star-Lord, of course, very popular, Guardians of the Galaxy. I played him a little bit. He is really, really good damage, really quick on the guns. He has some movement, but he is really, you gotta keep people off of you. But he is really fun to play. He is one of the fun ones. And of course, we got Storm, Mistress of the Elements. I'd love to see her and God of Thunder go together. I do know that there are things in games where they have little quips and quotes together as they're starting, like in the starting area and stuff like that. If you have certain characters, they'll be talking to each other. So please notice that. It's freaking hilarious, a lot of them, and they're really good. So pay attention. Storm, just basic Storms. I haven't played her, but she's an awesome character in X-Men, and one of the more powerful alpha mutants, so like Omega mutants. So she's probably really cool. Punisher, I played against him. He does have a turret. So he is pretty kind of cool. Does have that cool skin in the battle pass right now. The Winter Soldier, he is why I'm gonna go over him, because he is more of the character that I like to play in this type of game. It is that revolver. He only has 3 shots in the revolver compared to the guy in Overwatch, who I think 5 or 6. But that quick snap, quick shots, I like that, where I can do that. That's his Roderstern. I love doing that. That type of thing is my thing. He does have an ultimate that is really kind of cool, where he just kind of launches up in the air, can shoot you, and if he gets a kill, it resets for a couple times. Pretty much, if you get a kill right as you do it, it resets. Awesome. So, and every time you use one of his abilities, like his arm or his other abilities, his gun resets and reloads. So, it's just, that's why I like this character, because it's kind of like how I want to play the game. So, yeah, he has a lot of things where he can uppercut you. Pretty much just shock you, I believe. Yeah. Slows them. You have a grip hook that can grip people to you, and it can go through and grip multiple. Passive is just, like it says, it automatically reloads while you're using the bionic arm. So you can shoot your 3 shots, use your bionic arm, and not have to go through the reload animation and constantly really do everything. His passive is infinite grit. Pretty much like a team up ability, where if you're with Rocket Raccoon, you guys are throwing over. He throws an ammo overload device, in basically it buffs the faster firing and infinite ammo. And let's go back. And then last but not least, very popular, one of my favorite X-Men, Wolverine. Pretty much a lot of people's favorite. And then let's go to our support strategist. We got Adam Warlock. A lot of people don't know him. He is the son. Isn't he one of the sons of Scarlet Witch, or known with Scarlet Witch, I believe, if I remember correctly? It's been a while since I've reviewed a lot of that. We got Cloak and Dagger, a not known, but is kind of the same person, but different, like they're duo person. It's kind of cool. And he's very popular, very cute, Jeff, the land shark. I want to show you his one ability that I was talking about. This is his ultimate ability. It is kind of overpowered. I think it can be, but it's only overpowered if you're on a map that has edges and he can jump you off of them. But it's Jeff. He can literally take you, swallow everybody up, decide where he wants to shoot who, where. So he could take you to the edge, shoot the enemies out the edge, have uh enemies and teammates in at the same time. and then be able to shoot enemies off the cliff, shoot his teammates back over to his healer, to himself, whatever he's a healer, out to safety. It's awesome. It can be overpowered at various times. I know they're probably going to be doing this, and he doesn't get as many critical hits because it's just overload crudeness. That's it. Hide and seek is his little movement, and it's hilarious. And he does that. Da-da, he makes a little sound with it. He's hilarious. He's adorable. Everybody plays him. He's annoying to play against. You know everybody's gonna play him. Come on, it's Jeff. So then we got Loki, the goddess of mischief, and then we got Luna Snow, Mantis, who heals and is a guardian of the galaxy, and then Rocket Raccoon, who you would think would be a DPS with all the weapons, but he's more of a support because he helps other people out, and he does a lot of team ups with Groot and stuff like that. So after we're done talking with the heroes now, let's get on to that team ups. I'm showing you all right now some of the team ups that you can see here is we got basically different characters that can go. You got Ragnarok Rebirth, which is Helena, Thor and Loki, Metallic Chaos, which is Scarlet Witch and her father Magneto. And you got Voltic Union with Thor, Captain America, and Storm. These are just some unique things and just things that happen. Of course, Planet X-Pals, which is, of course, stuff from Guardians of the Galaxy, Jeff the Land Shark, Groot, and Rocket Raccoon. You got Symbiote Bond, you got Gamma Charge, Ammo Overload, Dimensional Swordcut, Allied Agents, Chilling Charisma, Guardian Revival, Lunar Force, Atlas Bond, Sue Illuminous. I'm just guessing how that's pronounced. Fastball Special. This is pretty much the way the different team ups. The team ups automatically activated when two people choose those. So, as long as they're within the team, then they can be activated. So if they're all three different people choose these characters, that team up, or any combination two. Same with the other ones. If it's three people, if it just has to be a combination of two of them, and it will start the team up, and it will notify you. I believe either at the character selection screen or in the opening area, starting area, it'll show you. And as usual, it's going to bring you down the rest of this. We're just going to go through the menus real quick, then I'll show you some of the gameplay. As far as we got a store, of course. It's an online game. You're going to get a store. You got different skins that come from either the movies, or a lot of these are from the movies. They're from or the season from Marvel, the Disney TV, Disney Plus. You got your costumes around, you got items, which for renames cards, I don't know what the rename card, and then you have inventory items that happen for the different challenges. You'll get these items. They do have tournaments occasionally, it looks like, to where you can spectate, you can watch. Okay, cool. So it's going to show you what's going on different times. And then you can just different faction. Then you have your galaxies of different things you're collecting. Comic books. That's some of the things that I showed you. The Doom Rise, the extra things that'll give you the comic books. It's kind of like kind of unique stuff.